Mr. Lewison.
Question 4, sir.
Public waste collection, or PWC contracts, cover both the collection of recyclables under the National Recycling Program, or NRP, and the collection of waste. The public waste collectors charge a single fee for both waste and recycling collection, which is paid by households as the monthly refuse collection fee. The NRP was started in 2001 to provide households with a convenient channel to recycle. It is complemented by other available recycling channels provided by the private and people sectors, such as charity donation drives, community recycling drives, and door-to-door collection of recyclables. In 2016, the public waste collectors collected about 44,200 tons of recyclables. This was an increase from 2014 and 2015, when about 31,000 and 37,000 tons of recyclables were collected, respectively. My ministry continues to look at how we can improve recycling rates in the domestic sector, where the recycling rate has been hovering around 20% since 2012. In recent years, we have been enhancing recycling infrastructure to make it even easier for Singaporeans to recycle. For example, from the 1st of April this year, all new non-landed private residential developments above 4 stories will need to provide dual chutes for refuse and recyclables. These dual chutes have already been introduced in new HDB built-to-order flats since January 2014. All existing condominiums will also have to provide 1 recycling bin per block from 1st August this year. We will also use regulatory measures to complement the new recycling infrastructure. For example, we will introduce a new framework to make it easier for Singaporeans to recycle their e-waste. Ultimately, active participation in recycling by all Singaporeans will be key to improving our domestic recycling rates. The NEA promotes the 3 Rs, that is, reduce, reuse, and recycle, via social media posts and educational materials distributed at community and school events. Information on the proper use of recycling bins, location of collection points, and 3R tips are also available on NEA's website and NEA's My Environment mobile apps. We will continue to encourage every Singaporean to play their part to reduce, reuse, and recycle. At the same time, Singaporeans should not misuse the recycling bins. A little less known fact is that we can no longer use the recyclables once they are contaminated, such as by food waste. Let us all be gracious and not waste the efforts of our fellow Singaporeans who want to do their part for the environment.
Mr. Lewison.
I thank SMS for the reply, but I've also asked how much has been spent on the NRP for each year of the last 3 years. Can I also clarify that the figure that she gave of 42,000 tons, is that the total amount collected from the Singapore domestic recycling sector, or that's the figure that was collected by the NRP?
Regarding the question of how much we spend, we do not specifically track the amount spent on outreach programs and campaigns for the NRP, because this is actually done in-house by the NEA together with other outreach campaigns such as the Clean and Green Singapore, Keep Singapore Clean, and Do the Mosey Wipeout campaigns. In addition, NEA actually does outreach and educational efforts to engage and educate residents on 3 Rs, including NRP through, as I've said, social media posts, as well as on our website and on our My Environment mobile apps. Regarding the 44,200 tons collected under the NRP in 2016, it is just the collection of recyclables under the NRP that is actually carried out by the public waste collectors. This is about 10% of the total amount of recyclables we collect for the domestic sector.
Mr. Lewison.
Thank you, SMS. Just one last SQ. I know that NEA uses surveys to track the proportion of residents who recycle, but I don't think that gives a very accurate picture. So whether would NEA be conducting more in-depth review to evaluate the effectiveness of our recycling program?
The survey that the member has referred to, I think, is the PwC customer satisfaction survey that was last done for the period over 2015-2016. We had more than 8,500 respondents who participated in this customer satisfaction survey. It is done by a consultant using established survey methodologies. So we think that this is reflective of the level of participation, level of public participation in recycling. But we welcome any suggestions, any further suggestions to improve the accuracy of the survey.